Basically, what is happening here is the longer you don't give any treatment, more brain cells, which are the neurons, are dying. There are about 130 billion brain cells and neurons. And as an aging phenomenon, we all lose about 3 million cells a year. In people who are having a stroke or a stroke symptoms and signs, people are losing close to 2 million cells a minute. So the longer you wait, the more cells you are losing. So even though the guideline may say that you should give TPA within 3-hour window, which has been now extended to 4.5 hours, it makes sense to give it sooner. The sooner you give it, the more cells you are going to save. So the target is basically to say that you have achieved that door to needle time in a shorter time. And the definition of that shorter time by American Heart Association is 60 minutes. St. Luke's is the first hospital, in my knowledge, in the state of Wisconsin who achieved that. And what it really says that in this particular quarter of this particular year, we were able to meet more than 50% quota of those patients who got this TPA in less than 60 minutes. That's what Target Stroke is all about. The more education is there out there in community, be it via television or radio or talks or whatever, the more people are going to know, And I think it is changing a little bit. More people are becoming aware that they should be coming in time to the ER setting and not wait for the next day for symptoms to resolve. Because most of the time what happens, let's say if a person has numbness or weakness, and maybe I slept wrong, or maybe I was sitting wrong and it became numb and all that, and let me wait till tomorrow morning and things will go away. What happens is you have lost time. And if it is a stroke symptom, then you've lost time. So I think you should respond and come early to the ER so one could do those things that I'm talking about, meaning investigate you for the stroke symptom, and if you qualify for the clot-busting drug, which is called TPA, then you get it in time. And sooner you get it, the better the chances. Indeed, and as this population, as you say, baby boomers are getting there, and the larger population it is going to be for the stroke, and so it becomes for us to teach these people as to what the stroke symptoms are, and be ready for this population in terms of treatment that we're talking about. St. Luke's, as part of the Aurora system, has been at the forefront of this. We were one of the first people to be certified as primary stroke center in this city, and we have all the capabilities for a comprehensive stroke center as and when that becomes a certifiable situation. And so the baby boomers are going to be a large population, because not only the incidence of a stroke is still getting to the side that we would not like it to be, meaning increasing, the baby boomers are also going to make it a larger incidence, and the more prepared we are, the better. Stroke symptoms, the main thing one has to remember, it is a sudden type of a manifestation. So anything which is sudden, like say a weakness in one side of the body, a numbness on one side of the body, a disturbance of the speech, the loss of the vision, all of that in combination or by themselves could be a symptom or a sign of a stroke, or TIA as we call it, which is transient ischemic attack. Sometimes a severe headache for which we have no particular known cause could also be an initial presentation of a stroke. So all of those things could be, and that's where people have to be educated, just don't ignore them. If you go back to an era when cardiac issues were not taken seriously by people till the treatment became available, now we know anybody who has a little chest pressure or a little chest pain, they run to the doctor or to the ER. That's what has to happen about the stroke. Nothing is more tragic than to be walking and talking and suddenly be paralyzed and not able to do anything. And the way I compare the two things, meaning the cardiac and the stroke, cardiac, you survive and you do fine, or you don't survive and you're done. Compared to stroke, in which you may survive, most likely you do survive, and you end up with a major deficit. And so there's two different things, and somehow people do not seem to pay attention to this. And it is in their best interest to be always always in tune with the body, respond to it, and go to the ER if they think it's a stroke symptom.